Panel has no power. It doesn't have primary or secondary. Primary is going to be coming from a breaker somewhere. Secondary is going to be the batteries. I have no reason. The batteries are obviously unhooked. This is the power that should be plugged on the board. This is something I would recommend. I would price for our alarm department. Have a technician come plug it in and then investigate the panel at that time.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it's an alarm. It could go straight into alarm, and then we'd need to investigate it. So the way I would price that literally is not to exceed a day of labor to have a technician come out and investigate what's going on to it, attempt to restore power. That doesn't mean that you will be monitored by an alarm company, because this is what is monitoring the panel. So we would need to, monitoring would be a separate proposal along after the investigation. And that would just be us taking this over. You pay us an annual fee for monitoring if you wanted to go that route. That's an option. But this has no power either. It does have power. Okay, so this has power, but it won't do anything because the panel doesn't send signals to it.
Okay.
So this is your cell dialer, but it won't do anything if it's not communicating with this panel.
Okay.
It's good for nothing.
So we just need to get this going right
We
here.
need to get this investigated and get it going, and then we can do the monitoring. I'm going to take a picture of this. Some of these have a sunset, which is this card right here. That's your cellular service. And they're
Okay.
doing away with 3G. So if this card is 3G, that means I got to replace that whole computer board. And then we can monitor from there. So it's two separate proposals.
Gotcha.
But if I want to go ahead and check if this is still good and not fixing to have a sunset date on the cellular, then we can just take over the monitoring if y'all decide to go with this.
Okay.
But if need be, I'll be ahead of the game here. So these blinking lights have a sequence of how many times they blink. Not all they're doing is when they keep blinking like that, it's just telling you there's a trouble.
Okay.
And this trouble is it's not talking to nothing.
It's not hooked up.
Yes, ma'am. So that is it in here.
What would it take to hook this up?
So it's just unplugged. Somebody has unplugged it. This plugs into the board right here on those prongs,
Yeah.
and then your batteries, I would recommend replacing them, but they hook up this way to this cable, and they're done in series or parallel. So they have a jumper between the two batteries that makes them 24 volts.
So basically, which is that's gonna sound good. So basically, this just needs a battery and then just hook it up. Is that what you're saying?
If you just hook a battery up to it, it's going to drain the battery. So we want to restore normal power first.
Okay.
So to restore normal power, these batteries, they may have lasted until they drained, or
Right.
somebody unhooked them. But I know that this brand of battery is not a very reliable battery, so
Okay.
I would recommend replacing that. We could do that at the same time as investigation while we're trying to get it up and running.
Okay.
But as simple as plugging this in. But if you plug it in, there could be something, an alarm, and that's why it's pulled. So I don't know who pulled it or
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
That's why we need to investigate.
There's always somebody different coming.
Yeah. So that's the same. There's a couple of lines.
Okay, so that's it for here.
That's it for here.